you ever wanted something so badly that you work towards it, you dream about it, and still it just feels like it isn't happening for you? Um, my pet peeve recently in this space, coaching and personal development, um, aiming for more and growing and evolving, is that there seems to be this language around all you have to do is this, and in 3 easy steps, you can have exactly what you want. And frankly, I think it's bullshit. I think it is a lot more layered and a lot more complicated than that. And I think that that message that's being, megaphoned as far as the eye can see on social media is really doing women in particular a disservice. So let's shed some light on what really happens. If you want to get clear on your future, my love, you might have to let go of your past. That's a pretty weighted sentence when you read it over and over again and let it really sink in for you. What it means is that sometimes there is stuff in our past that is like a prison. It's like chains. Listen to the dramatic language here. It's like chains holding us back from moving forward. That is 100% possible to undo. 100%. And it is 100% worth it to let go of all that old heavy weight so that you can move forward in a very clear and driven, momentum building direction. But you have to be aware of it first. So, what is it about your past that is hanging on to you, or that you are hanging on to, that's preventing you from moving forward? Let's talk about love and relationships in that context for a second. It is really easy to think in your head and really even believe in your heart that I want the perfect partner for me. I can picture what he looks like. I can imagine him in my day to day life and me in his day to day life. I can feel what that feels like if we were to be together. You can get so clear on exactly what that is and what it is that you want and what it is that you want to feel and how you want to feel it. And still, it's like it isn't happening. My guess is that if you are looking for love and hoping to be found by love, you also keep a file folder in your head of all the failed relationships you've had in the past. Maybe it was a divorce. Maybe it was, the relationship that it went on 7 years too long and then ended. And there you were in your mid 30s, and suddenly you didn't have the kids you thought you were going to have. You sure didn't have the husband you thought you were going to have. And like life looks a lot different. Maybe you're a little bit younger than that, and maybe there's just been a series of, stupid boyfriends that you've had. Hey, maybe you made a really, really bad decision in a relationship, and that is weighing on you. All of that information gets filed in this little beautiful mess up here called your brain, and we can pull it out and keep looking at it. And you flip through the pages. It's like a photo album in your mind, right? You flip through, oh, fail. Flip through the next page. Oh my God, that didn't work out. Flip through the next page. I really thought he was the one, but that turned out to be a bust. And that story that is created in your head, if you let it, is you made mistakes, you didn't learn your lesson, you are not good in relationships. Boy, you're actually kind of a failure in relationships. And because you're such a failure in relationships, you probably won't have the relationship you want to have. Pause there. We do this with work as well. We are not meant to have one career anymore through our entire lives. We're not. We live longer than we've ever lived before. And we work more. Like, work is so much more a part of our, like, blended life. More and more people aren't just going to a job to work 9 to 5. They're building a brand. They're running a business, but the business is really an extension of themselves. I'm sure you can relate to this. I know there are a lot of entrepreneurs in this audience, so I'm sure this sounds really familiar to you. We are not meant to keep that same job or even the same iteration of a job forever. Therefore, we are meant to evolve and we are meant to grow through our career. But so many of us are like, well, I'm not happy in this career again, or I'm not happy in this job again. And you start to open up that terrible file folder of, what did I do wrong? Well, once I tried to sell paintings and I really thought I was going to be a painter and that didn't work. Well, then I decided I would go back to school and become a teacher. And oh gosh, it turns out I didn't really like it. We keep this folder open and we just keep looking at these old pages, and it's like, this was a bust, this was a bust, this was a bust. Therefore, I guess I'll never find career happiness. And hey, what am I supposed to do about it? There are so many examples of that in every aspect of our lives. And what we often neglect to see, unless, I don't know, there's somebody in your life who can point it out to you. Um, Lucky duck, I'm so happy you're here. Um, what we forget is that there is no failure. There is no failure. There's only feedback. We are inherently imperfect. That's the way we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be flawed. We're supposed to make mistakes. We're supposed to be imperfect. And we are supposed to learn from them. So anything in our lives that doesn't work out or that doesn't go as planned, although, oh my God, it can feel crushing and devastating, and it can get you like right in the ego where it hurts. And you need to have the tenacity to keep going, and you need to have the tenacity to learn from every single, I was going to say failure, but I don't want to use the word. You need to learn from every single experience you have, because every experience, every opportunity, and every person that comes into your life offers you very valuable insights on your own life, on life in general, and specifically the path that you are carving out for yourself. So, I want you to sit down when this is over and think of, the first thing that comes to mind. What is it that you really want? Like, what is that thing that you just feel you want so bad you can almost taste, but oh my God, it's taking forever to materialize? What is that, and what does it look like for you? And then I want you to start going through some of the old stuff in your head about what mentally and story driven wise, what could be preventing you from having that, because it's that old musty dusty stuff that you have to clear out and let go of so that you can move forward. When you let those old stories and those old patterns of behavior define you now, you are shaping your current reality and your current identity. And when you shape your current reality and identity, you're essentially dictating the course of your future. So if you are somebody who's like, well, I'm a failure in relationships, I always mess them up. I get so close, I meet a great guy, and then, I don't know, I just always find a way to mess it up. You are deciding that about yourself to be true. And you are then deciding that, even if you don't even know it, if it's an unconscious thing, you are deciding that about your future. That you could meet like the most spectacular man and you will find a way to mess it up. You are creating that story for yourself, nobody else. That's the chain that you have wrapped around your body. So it's your job to go back and undo that and shed that narrative and lose it and leave it behind and let it on fire and just learn all the things you need to learn from every relationship you've had in the past and do it differently in the future. You can do that. Work is the same thing. If you've tried a series of things that didn't work out for you, okay, what did you learn from all of them? Which people came into your life at just the right time where you learned how to be an amazing leader through having a terrible manager? What did you learn about your own self and your own skill set from going back to school that maybe it wasn't, you weren't situated or not situated, you weren't in total alignment with that one particular career or that particular job, but garner what you can from that experience and apply it to move forward. All of this is a really healthy way of shaping a healthy identity and a healthy narrative about our own lives. So when I say things like write your own story, this is what I'm talking about. Take everything from your past, get all the lessons you can from it, and let that shape your identity and your reality. You have to let go of the stuff from your past so that you can get clear on your future. That is the messy and beautiful reality of it. It isn't a quick fix. It isn't a 3-step solution to success. It isn't become insta famous overnight. It is deep and messy growth work that you are completely worthy of, you are completely capable of. Even if it feels scary and intimidating at the time, you can do it. You really can. And if you want to do it, nothing is stopping you except your own drive to get started. So get started. Start looking, as I said, what you want, what do you currently believe about yourself, and start to undo it. Working with a coach or a guide or a teacher that you really connect with, to use some deeper tools and tactics. Like, there are lots of NLP tools that can help you actually get in there and reprogram your brain from believing one thing to believing something brand new. There are lots of techniques that are available through working with a coach or working with a guide that will serve you very well. It's all on your shoulders to take action to make that happen. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you have a beautiful weekend in store, and I love you. Again, thank you so much for being here, and I'm really proud of you for taking the action I already know you're going to take. Have an amazing day. Bye.